Welcome to BBC News. This is Honorable Haika with news this week. Headlines: IT workshop conducted last Friday by talent teens. Emerging Kerala project to be implemented only after environment impact study, said by Chandi. Shivagashi major fire at firecracker factory. We must re-elect Barack Obama, says Bill Clinton. Apple steals Nokia's thunder with iPhone 5 launch event. Let's move into news details. Talent teens this week. IT workshop conducted last Friday by talent teens. Mr. Salah Karadin inaugurated IT workshop held in Jeddah by talent teens in Islahi Center on Friday. President Jihad presided the function. General Coordinator Bashir Totian explained the functions of talent teens. The workshop had two sessions, one on cyber security by Mohammad Rashan and the other on tips and tricks of Photoshop by Jareer Vengara. India this week. Emerging Kerala project to be implemented only after environment impact study, says Chandi. Kerala Chief Minister Chandi made it clear that projects coming up at the Emerging Kerala Global Meet would be implemented only after getting environment clearance and conducting environment impact study. This declaration came from him after several protests from environmentalists and opposition leaders. Shivagashi major fire at firecracker factory. A huge fire broke out at a firecracker factory in Modalipeti near Shivagashi in Tamil Nadu. The fire has been extinguished completely and the police say they don't expect any more people to be trapped in the debris. Over 300 people were believed to have been inside the factory Om Shiva Shakti crackers when the fire broke out at about 12:30 p.m. Most of the workers reportedly managed to escape the building, and many of those killed were the bystanders who were affected by the sparks that flew, while some others were affected by the strong fumes. World this week. We must re-elect Barack Obama, says Bill Clinton. Former US President Bill Clinton has made a full-throated defense of incumbent President Barack Obama, nominating him for re-election as the Democratic candidate for the White House. Towards the end of a lengthy and partially ad-libbed speech, Mr. Clinton told the crowd they had to decide what kind of a country we want to live in. Apple steals Nokia's thunder with iPhone 5 launch event. Apple fans are on tenterhooks as the hotly anticipated iPhone 5 will be unveiled on 12 September, just as Nokia unveiled its Lumia 920 and 820 models in New York this Thursday. The Apple announcement has come as a blow to Nokia, which recently announced job cuts and was forced to give away its position as the world's best phone maker to Samsung. Weather this week. India, as we see on the north, is cloudy and heavy, and we expect heavy rain showers, which is not common at this time of the year as monsoons are expected at the south. But also it's a happy news for the northern states as the drought-hit places are filled with rain. We see Delhi with 29 degrees Celsius, Nagpur 30 degrees Celsius, Mumbai 28 degrees Celsius, Goa 28 degrees Celsius, Chennai 35 degrees Celsius. Saudi Arabia, it's completely sunny but a little bit windy. We have Dammam with 42 degrees Celsius, Riyadh 41, Mecca 42, Jeddah 36. For more information, log on to www.talentteens.com/news. This is Honorable Haika signing off. Goodbye.
Today's headlines. Deaths in Southwest China earthquake. Fireworks factory blaze kills 33 in southern Indian state. 762 drug dealers held in 5 months in KSA. 5-day week in private sector agreed. Roddick loses against Del Potro in his final match. World news. Fire swept through a fireworks factory on Wednesday in the southern Indian state of Tamil Nadu, killing at least 33 people and injuring dozens more, some with serious burns, said the police. The fire broke out in the fully stocked warehouse, and flames and smoke quickly spread through the factory. An explosion took place while chemicals for the firecrackers were being mixed in the morning. Deaths in southwest China earthquake. At least 20 people killed and 20,000 homes damaged as tremor hits Yunnan and Guizhou provinces. The largest of the tremors struck the borders between Yunnan and Guizhou provinces at about 11 a.m. local time on Friday. U.S. Geological Survey put the magnitude of the largest quake at 5.6 and said it struck at a depth of 10 kilometers. Kingdom news. 762 drug dealers held in 5 months for being suspected of smuggling and trafficking of narcotics worth Rials 1.9 billion. 762 persons were arrested in the last 5 months. Those arrested included 247 Saudis and another 515 people. 5-day week in private sector agreed. The National Committee of Workers and Businessmen have agreed on providing 2-day weekly off for employees in the private sector, said Abdul Rahman Al Zamil, head of the team of businessmen that attended a social dialogue forum in the issue. More news after a short break.
Follow Mr. Suntop on his amazing journey through the eras of the world. Start collecting your Suntop stickers now in your special booklet full of useful information. Suntop, fruity freshness in every sip.
Welcome back. Now for some sports news. Tearful Andy Roddick said goodbye to the US Open and his career on Wednesday in an emotional Flushing Meadow 4th round defeat to Argentina's Martin Del Potro. Moving on to today's weather around the kingdom. Medina 40 degrees Celsius, partly cloudy. Riyadh 41 degrees Celsius, partly cloudy. Jeddah 36 degrees Celsius, partly cloudy. Makkah 40 degrees Celsius, clear. Port Sudan 45 degrees Celsius, partly cloudy. For more news, please log on to www.kbcnews.com. You can also catch us on Facebook and Twitter. Thank you for watching KBC World News.
Good morning, I'm known as Ryder Ashwan here from Talent Tunes News Desk. World this week. International news. Magnitude 7.6 earthquake hits Costa Rica. Iran air ambitions for a blue water navy. F1 race Lewis Hamilton to scorch Marine Drive on September 16. News in detail. Magnitude 7.6 earthquake hits Costa Rica. Canjaril, Costa Rica. A powerful magnitude 7.6 shook Costa Rica and the neighboring countries Wednesday, sending panicked people into the streets and briefly triggering a tsunami alert, but causing little damage because authorities reported one confirmed death. When we felt the earthquake, we held on to each other because we kept falling, said Rosa Pichardo, 45, who was walking on the beach in the town of Samara with her family when the earthquake hit. I've never felt anything like this. We couldn't stay standing. My feet gave out under me. It was terrible, terrible, she said. Officials said the earthquake collapsed some houses and at least one bridge and caused landslides that blocked highways. But Costa Rica President Laura Chinchilla said there was no reports of major damage and called for calm. Iran air ambitions for a blue water navy. Iran was reinforced its aspirations to form its navy into a blue water force that is capable of establishing its presence off the coast of the United States in the next few years. Admiral Abibullah Sayari, The country's naval chief told the state television on Tuesday that Iran would deploy warships in international waters near the US coastal line, a remark that apparently meant as an equalizer to the current positioning of the cluster of the American warship off the coast of Iran. The presence of US warships in the free waters of Persian Gulf and Sea of Oman is in accordance and with the international law, and we have not allowed the US enter our territorial waters, said Admiral Habibullah Sayari. F1 race Lewis Hamilton to Scotch Marine Drive on September 16. Lewis Hamilton, 2008 Formula One champion, is set to scorch the Pistoria Drive in racing here on September 16, a week before Singapore Grand Prix. Hamilton, the 2008 world champion, will run the McLaren Mercedes MP427 car along the course of brilliantly illuminated Queen's Necklace, which would be made to look like a F1 racetrack complete with grandstand and a big garage, a media release said today. The English driver said he was excited to race again in India after his visit and drive in Bangalore last year. I always love coming to India, and I am really excited to be coming to the city of Mumbai this time. I would like to thank Vodafone for their continued support to the team. I am simply overwhelmed for the incredible excitement shown by the people of this country. India this week. National news. 53 killed, several injured in fire at cracker unit Shivakasi. Willing for debate on coal location after PM resigns. BJP. 53 killed, several injured in fire at cracker unit at Shivakas, Chennai. At least 38 people were killed and more than 75 when a powerful explosion Wednesday tore through one of the biggest fireworks factories in Tamil Nadu, triggering a major fire, authorities said. So powerful was the blast that more than 40 of the 48 sheds in the firework unit at Sivakasi, a firecracker manufacturing hub about 480 km from Chennai, was reduced to rubble in no time. The disaster occurred around 12:30 p.m., catching those working there as well as others unaware, police said. Willing for debate on coal allocation after PM resigns. BJP. Uproar over coal block allocation issued paralyzed proceedings of the parliament for the 12th consecutive day today, drowning most of the monsoon sessions, which ends tomorrow. As soon as parliament met for the day, BJP members were on their feet in both houses and raised slogans demanding Prime Minister Manmohan Singh resignation over the coal block allocation issue. Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha were adjourned till noon after opposition trigger rocks on the issue. Thank you for watching Talentine's News Desk.
Welcome to Skynet News. International news. News headlines: oil price rise ahead of the key European Bank meeting. Oscar season opens with the 2012 Toronto International Film Festival. Voice at Jordan's Zaatari camp. Neighboring countries like Jordan say about 1,000 Syrians are crossing the border every day. The Zaatari refuges the camp in northern Jordan. The Oscar season opens with the 2012 International Film Festival. The opening slot at the Toronto International Film Festival goes to Looper The film features Bruce Williams, here supporting as a nasty gun as the future self of an assassin. The oil price rise ahead of key European bank meeting. The oil price rose above $96 as barrel on Thursday. After a break, we'll continue. Back to news. Central news. Delhi, the Prime Minister office has lodged a formal protest with the Washington Post newspapers for an article critical Prime Minister. Thank you for watching this news. We'll see you tomorrow on this channel. Goodbye. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. In order to achieve success in the international level, just like Olympic bronze medalist Saina Nehwal. Speaking at an interactive session here, Sachin took Nehwal's example and said that the shuttler has attained great heights in her chosen field through sheer hard work and sustained practice. Weather forecast. First, Saudi Arabia. Jeddah, maximum 38 degrees Celsius, minimum 27 degrees Celsius. Medina, 42 degrees Celsius, minimum 27 degrees Celsius. Riyadh, maximum 40 degrees Celsius, minimum 26 degrees Celsius. Makkah, maximum 43 degrees Celsius, minimum 29 degrees Celsius. India. Kerala, maximum 29 degrees Celsius, minimum 25 degrees Celsius. Delhi, maximum 30 degrees Celsius, minimum 25 degrees Celsius. You're watching Talentine's World This Week. Stay with us and thanks for watching. This is Honest Amna signing off.
Welcome to Talentine News World This Week. My name is Alat Aziz from the team Educational Challenges. News headlines. International. Achyutanand and wrangle over investors meet. 3 dead as suicide bomber targets US consulate vehicle. Business. India approves Walt Disney's rupees 1,000 crore investment. Lufthansa cancels flight as crew stage third strike. Sports. Kohli Dhoni steer India to 2-0 series win. Usain Bolt plans to avoid Johan Blake showdowns. Achyutanand wrangle over investors meet. Thiruvananthapuram. Opposition leader V.S. Achyutanand Thursday drew flak from Chief Minister Umman Chandi for criticizing projects which had been cleared by the former when he was ruling the state. 3 dead as suicide bomber targets US consulate vehicle. Islamabad. In a major flare-up, a suicide bomber rammed his explosives-laden car into a US consulate vehicle in northwestern Pakistani city of Peshawar, killing himself and 2 persons and injuring nearly 20 others, including 2 American nationals. India approves Walt Disney's rupees 1,000 crore investment. New Delhi. The Indian government Thursday said it has approved US-based Walt Disney's rupees 1,000 crore investment proposal in broadcasting business in India, based on the recommendations of the Foreign Investment Promotion Board. The government approved the Walt Disney's investment proposal at a meet held July 27, 2012, Finance Ministry said in a statement. Lufthansa cancels flight as crew stage third strike. Lufthansa has cancelled hundreds of flights for Friday as cabin staff stage another one-day strike at Germany's their busiest airports. The strike was called by the UFO Union on Wednesday for Frankfurt, Munich and Berlin airports. Kohli Dhoni steer India to 2-0 series win. Bangalore. Young Virat Kohli and skipper Mahendra Singh Dhoni held their nerves under pressure with fighting knocks as India survived a few jitters before scripting a comfortable 5 wickets win over New Zealand to complete a 2-0 whitewash here on Monday. Usain Bolt plans to avoid Johan Blake showdowns. Usain Bolt says he is targeting a meet record at Friday's Diamond League final in Brussels and believes it is important he doesn't compete against training partner Johan Blake too often in order to keep this rivalry fresh. Breaking news: Manchester United refused to rush Rooney return. The Old Trafford forward has been sidelined with a thigh injury since his side's 3-2 win over Fulham at the end of August and will miss at least a further 2 weeks due to the gash. Usain Bolt is becoming almost embarrassing in his desperation to play for Manchester United. Thank you. This is Aziz signing out.
Hi, this is Cynthia Sajida from Gryffindor. Welcome to Asianet News. International news: Syrian refugees in neighboring countries. The number of registered Syrian refugees in Jordan, Lebanon, Iraq, and Turkey has reached nearly 30,000, according to the UN Refugee Agency. Malema rallies Africa strikers. The second and final batch of South African miners have been freed after controversial murder charges were dropped following a national outcry. National news: BJP's Maya Kudnani jailed for 28 years. Maya Kudnani, an Indian court, has sentenced a BJP party member to 28 years in jail for her part in murdering 97 people in 2002 Gujarat religious riots. Mrs. Kudnani was not a minister at the time of the riots, but appointed as Junior Minister for Women and Children Development by Mr. Modi in 2007. Indian police raid call forms. Police in India have carried out raid across 10 cities in part of an investigation into alleged corruption in allocation of coal fields. Politics. Obama seeks to fire up faithful. US President Barack Obama is set to make a prime-time pitch for re-election on the final day of the Democratic Convention of North Carolina. TT News: Talentines reopens. Talentines reality talent reopens. Talentines started the grand finale of news anchoring on Friday at 2:30 p.m. Sports. Ashley Cole to miss England's World Cup tie in Moldova. Ashley Cole will miss England's World Cup qualifying match against Moldova on Friday because of the ankle injury. Murray races into quarter-finals. Britain Andy Murray produced a late-night masterclass to multiply the threat of being security Milos Raonic and book his place in the US Open last 8. Meet you after a short break. See ya.
Tehran non-aligned movement summit ends. Syria crisis raises voices of refugees at Jordan's Zaatari camp. King Abdullah takes special leave. India Parliament remains stalled over coal scandal. Emerging Kerala emerges. News in brief. Iran is now the chair of the largest group of countries in the world after the United Nations. It will hold the chair until 2015 when Venezuela hosts the 17th summit. Let's see what Ban Ki-moon has to say. Sorry, the audio is not working right now. Next news. Syria crisis. Raised voices of refugees at Jordan's Zaatari camp. According to the UN High Commission for Refugees, the number of people fleeing the conflict in Syria has risen sharply. More than 100,000 people asked for asylum in August alone. bringing the total number of refugees in Syria to more than 235,000. Jordan say about 1,000 Syrians are crossing the border every day. The Zatari refugees camp in northern Jordan provides temporary accommodation to about 500 refugees. There are now up to 25,000 living there. Next news. Saudi Arabia's King Abdullah takes special leave. Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Salman has been tasked with running the country temporarily while Saudi King Abdullah bin Abdulaziz is away on a special leave of absence. The official Saudi press agency did not elaborate on the details of the monarch's trip, but referred to it as both a special leave and a private vacation. Let's move on to national Indian news. India Parliament remains stalled over coal scandal. India has seen days of protest over the controversial sale of coal fields by the authorities according to the government auditors, the country lost $33 billion by selling coal fields cheaply. India's parliament has been stalled for the sixth consecutive day over the controversial sale of coal fields by the government. The revelations about the sale of coal fields have caused another among the opposition leaders and the citizens alike. Next news. Emerging Kerala emerges. Emerging Kerala, which is planned as a biennial global connect, is currently in controversy. It is scheduled to be held from 12th to 14th September 2012 in Cochin, Kerala. The Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Manmohan Singh, will inaugurate the 3-day event. Let's move on to sports news. Paralympic Games set off. The 14th Summer Paralympic Games set off on 29th of August and ends on 9th of September. It is the second largest multi-sport event ever held in the United Kingdom after the Summer Olympics. Girisha Hosanagara, has opened India's medal tally at the Paralympics game, clinching silver in the men's high jump finals. Next news. India takes Nehru Cup. India beats Cameroon 5-4 on penalties to win third consecutive Nehru Cup football tournament after the two sides were logged 2-2 at the end of extra time. It was held on 2nd September, Sunday. That's all for today. This is Radiant Razim signing off.
Headlines. Obama pitches in for second term. Young girl found alive among 4 dead bodies in France. NASA rover sniffs Martian air. Paralympics 2012, Johnny Peacock takes T44 100-meter gold. Assalamu alaikum and good evening. This is Fatima Zahra reporting in from Talentines headquarters, bringing you the world news in 5 minutes. In news in detail, Obama pitches in for second term. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. The 44th president unleashed immense hope in the American citizens by just these 3 words. This president, during this nomination, he said, "I never said the journey would be easy, and I won't promise that now." He has promised bold and swift action on ailing economy by ending what he calls petty grievances and false promises. The million-dollar question for America is, are we better off than 4 years ago? We left him a total mess and he hasn't cleaned it up, so fire him and put us back in, said an aggressive Clinton. His opponents, Clinton and Mitt Romney, who had seemed a good competition until now, was noted to have given the worst speech in all-time history. Young girl found among dead bodies in France. The father and mother is reported to have been dead. The 2 daughters, one 8-year-old was seriously injured and 4-year-old was not found until 8 hours later. The father was identified as Saad al-Hill, 50, from Surrey, Britain. The wife was killed. There were shocked campers and grieved neighbors. The neighbors said, "I was speechless and cried for a while. It was very sad to happen to such a lovely young family." This is the campsite near Lake Annecy in France. What seemed as such a beautiful spot had shocked the campers, which turned into a terrible crime scene soon. The neighbor George Icolina said,
I was speechless and cried for a while. They were a very caring family and they always did things together. The father used to read to the girls quite regularly, and it's an almighty shock. The police can't wait to interrogate the girls, but they're waiting for the right moment and don't know how the 4-year-old and 8-year-old can cope with the traumatic death of their mother and father. Space and technology. NASA rover sniffs Martian air. The rover has successfully measured atmospheric condition. It is said to have an contribution of different gases, with CO2 being the main component and methane being the second. It's the first time since 1970 that a rover has measured the atmospheric condition of Mars. It's not a very specific report, but will do for now. Others have tried, but only USA succeeded, said Joe Bolden, who was quite happy about NASA's effort. NASA was congratulated, saying that the landing a rover on Mars is not easy. Paralympics 2012. Johnny Peacock takes to the T44 100-meter gold, which came as quite a surprise to the audience. Everyone had hoped about Oscar Pistorius. What happened to him? He didn't win second, not third, but fourth. This is absolutely amazing, said Johnny Peacock, who made a world-breaking record in 10.90 seconds. 9.90 seconds. He said, "This is the first event where I was not nervous." Pistorius commented on Johnny Peacock's event, saying that it was a great performance in all-time history. What happened to Pistorius? He is as equally shocked as we all are, and he raged, saying that the gold medalist and others in the race, he accused them of wearing unbelievably long blades, for which he apologizes in this video.
Brazilian Alan Oliveira. Speaking after the race, Pistorius said the race wasn't fair as his rival broke the rules with his, quote, unbelievably long blades. But the International Paralympic Committee insisted that all athletes' blades complied with the rules. Pistorius has since said he regrets the timing of his comments, saying he did not want to detract from another athlete's moment of triumph.
He apologizes for the timing of his comments and not for what he said. But as they say, think before you speak. He hopes to win in the next event, that's the 400 meter. Well, good luck for that. And that's the end of today's news. Once again, this is Fatima Zahra signing off. Thank you.
News today, and it's me, Kind Kevin, going to give the news. Let us start it with the first headlines. Kingdom's steadfast support to Yemen praised. Vice custodian of the two holy mosques, Prince Salman, yesterday held talk with the Yemen Prime Minister Mohammed bin Salman at his office in Al Salam Palace on the major regional and international policies. Bin Salman thanked Saudi Arabia for its support to Yemen in all areas, especially the $6.4 billion support. 5-day week in private sector agreed. The National Committee of the Workers and the Businessmen have agreed on providing 2-day weekly off for employees in the private sector, said Abdul Rahman Al Zamil. There were proposals to make Friday and Saturday weekly holidays for the benefit of the business having contact with the international businesses and agencies. Violence rages as Saudi raises as envoys Syria's toll staggering. Syrian forces backed by the helicopter, gunship and warplanes fought rebels on multiple fronts yesterday. In the diplomatic arena, President Bashar Assad came under renewed attack from Turkish Prime Minister Erdogan and calling Syria a terrorist state, and Egyptian president urging him to get out from the country. Now let's go for the international news. Gunman kills one at a rally for new Quebec premier. A masked gunman opened fire during a midnight victory rally for Quebec's new premier, killing one person, wounding one. The premier, Paulina Marcosis, was whisked by her bodyguards, as you can see in the picture, while the masked guy who the killer was arrested by the police later. China-US softened tone on South China Sea dispute. China and the US stepped back yesterday from sparring over the tense South China Sea as the Asian power told Secretary of the State Hillary Clinton it would work on a corridor to manage disputes. 30 feared dead on the Indian fireworks factory blaze. During the early dawn, a blaze at a fireworks factory in southern India yesterday killed at least 30 people after triggering a mass explosion of the fireworks in several packed warehouses during the early morning. Now, economy. Qantas in major alliance with the Emirates. Struggling Australian carrier Qantas has announced a major global alliance with the Emirates that will see its hub for the European flight shift to Dubai from Singapore in a bid to stem losses. This deal is about for 10 years. Sports. Roddick makes tearful exit, Federer bows out. Roger Federer was knocked at the US Open on Wednesday when he lost a surprising quarter-final to Thomas Berdych, and Andy Roddick lost to Juan Del Petro, thus ending his official career. Now let us go for the science. Spacewalk successful. Williams installed Bolt, breaks record. Indian-American NASA astronaut Sunita Williams and her Japanese counterpart Akiko Hoshide have successfully restored power in the International Space Station, breaking the record of the Whitsun of 39 hours 46 minutes by 44 hours and 2 minutes in the space. Entertainment. Woman arrested 4 times in 26 hours for playing AC/DC's Highway to Hell music and throwing a frying pan at her nephew. And that is it, the end of the news. Thank you.
From the group Talent Challengers here to perform a news for the teen channel. Let's go to news headlines. Man swallows $14,000 diamond at Sri Lanka gym show. Rebels fighting to oust Syria's Assad announce reform plans. Samsung unveils world's first Windows 8 phone. Zealous Zahra, a news phase for quiz mastering. Samsung fined for copying Apple iPhone. Usain Bolt and Johan Blake set for Brussels Diamond League. Cristiano Ronaldo denies he wants more money from Real Madrid. Now the news in brief. First the section is international. Man arrested for swallowing $14,000 worth diamond at Sri Lanka. A Chinese man was arrested for attempted theft and was taken to the hospital for a dose of laxatives on Wednesday after swallowing a diamond worth nearly $14,000 at the gym exhibition in Sri Lanka, police said. The 32-year-old had asked the stall owner for a close inspection of the diamond on the opening day of Visit Sri Lanka, an annual jewellery show in the capital, Colombo. This is the gem which he swallowed. Rebels fighting to oust Syria's Assad announced reform plans. Rebels fighting to oust Syria's President Bashar al-Assad on Wednesday announced plans to reform and stem the proliferation of militias as they came under artillery and aerial attack on multiple fronts. Assad himself came under renewed diplomatic fire from Turkish Prime Minister Recep Tayyip Erdogan, who said Syria had become a terrorist state, and from Egyptian President Mohamed Morsi, who told him to go. Forces loyal to the embattled president again trained their heavy weapons on second city Aleppo, where the Syrian Observatory for Human Rights say 30 people, including 7 children, were killed on Wednesday. Zealous Zahra, the new face of quiz mastering. Zealous Zahra, 15-year-old, who bagged 5 medals in the Talentines Reality Hunt badge show in various activities, has again proved her talent in the grand finale of quiz mastering competition, which was conducted 2 weeks before. The most courageous and talented girl I have ever seen in my life, says Brave Bashir sir when Teen Channel asked to define Zahra in a sentence. Now technology. Samsung unveils world's first Windows 8 phone. Samsung Electronics became the first handset maker to announce a smartphone using Microsoft's latest mobile software. Make its surprise hurried announcement just days before the highly anticipated launch of Nokia's version. Samsung said the 80iV phone would hit stores in the October-November period but didn't give an exact launch date. This is the phone Samsung has launched. Samsung fined for copying Apple iPhone. Samsung has been ordered to pay over $1 billion, that is 664 million, to Apple for copying the iPhone functions. A court in America found that the company had copied critical features of the iPhone software and design. It means Samsung could even be banned from selling certain products that are believed to be copies of Apple's technologies. The company said it would be appealing against the verdict. This was the picture which the New York Times had published after this news. Sports. Usain Bolt and Johan Blake set for Brussels Diamond League. Jamaican sprinters Usain Bolt and Johan Blake aim to finish the season on a high at Friday's final Diamond League meeting of the year in Brussels. However, the duo will compete against each other, with Bolt going to the 100-meter and Blake racing in the 200-meter. Rumors say that Blake convinced Bolt with millions of dollars for cancelling the 200-meter race. Cristiano Ronaldo denies he wants more money from Real Madrid. Cristiano Ronaldo has rejected accusations. He said he is sad at Real Madrid to get more money from the club. Ronaldo, 27, refused to celebrate either of his goals in Sunday's 3-0 win against Granada and revealed his disgrace to a reporter after the match. I'm accused of wanting more money, but one day it will be shown that this is not the case, the forward said. This is the weather forecast. Jeddah 39 degrees Celsius, Sana'a 31 degrees Celsius, Abu Dhabi 42, Riyadh 40, Muscat 32 degrees Celsius, Karachi 37, Kabul 25, Tehran 32 degrees Celsius, Kuwait City 44 degrees Celsius, Baghdad 43, Tel Aviv 31 degrees Celsius, Damascus 36 degrees Celsius, Beirut 31. Thanks for watching Teen Channel. It's Neoteric News signing off.
Online rush of information is being a disturbance in the European countries. The Nitagat rule in KSA, 8 million of small-scale industries is in trouble. Talent in Jeddah organized an IT workshop for students across Jeddah. FIFA announces the support for India to improve in World Cup 2022. Manchester prepares Usain Bolt to play against Real Madrid. Now news in detail. Online rush of informations. The survey in 8 countries proved that the online heavy rush of information is being a great disturbance. The main objective of mobile technology is to join the people in different languages and customs. But the survey, which was headed by the Intel Corporation's Jessica Hanson, says that the rush of useless information, more than the useful information, is being a great disturbance in the students as well as the elders. The Nitagat rule, established in Saudi Arabia, is being a great terror for about 8 million of small-scale industries. These industries does not cooperate with rule of the Nitagat, which was launched in Saudi Arabia. The number of Saudi employees in these organizations were just below 9%. Talent in Jeddah organized an IT workshop for students across Jeddah. Talent in Jeddah, an organization for the development of the students, organized an IT workshop for students across Jeddah the last Friday, that's 31 of August. The program was in 2 sessions: cyber security by Mohammed Rashin, the IT captain of Talentins, and Photoshop tips and tricks by Mr. Jerir Wengara. The program was inaugurated by Mr. Salah Kairadan, welcome speech by Lasif Amin, presidential address by Jihad Wani Ambala, felicitation by Mr. Shakil Babu, Gafu Walapan, Sayyid Bashir Tangala, and Mr. Muhammad Ali Chundakada, and vote of thanks by Mr. Ali. Now we move on to sports news. FIFA announces support for India. Since India has won the Nehru Cup for 3rd time, India has secured the least ranking in the football history. India is in the 159th position now. But the Football Federation President, Praful Patel, says that India has hope for the World Cup in 2022, as FIFA is to cooperate with India for a 10 years improvement program. Patel also said that FIFA ranking does not reflect the actual standard of Indian team. India has to play more international games and show out the strength. Manchester prepares Usain Bolt to play against Real Madrid. Manchester plans to make Usain Bolt play in the friendly match against Real Madrid on June 3rd, but it's doubtful that he may be busy with the Diamond League meets on the same day. After winning 3 gold medals in the London Olympics, Bolt reached Old Trafford for the match of United against Fulham and asked the audience to pressure the coach Alex to take him into the team. Alex said that Bolt also has helped Cristiano Ronaldo to improve his running skills. News headlines once again. Online rush of information is being disturbance for the European countries. The Nitakat rule in KSA, 8 million of small-scale industries in trouble. Talent in JEDDAH organized an IT workshop for students across JEDDAH. FIFA announces its support for India to improve in World Cup 2022. Manchester prepares Usain Bolt to play against Real Madrid. Thank you for watching this news bulletin. I am Minsar Ali signing off. Thank you.
Welcome to BBC World News today. Let's have a look at the headlines. Fireworks factory blazes kills 33 in southern Indian state. Striking miners march in Maracana, South Africa. Powerful earthquake rocks Costa Rican capital San Jose. Bombers killed 20 at Afghanistan funeral. Let's see at the first news. In Chennai, India, fire swept through a fireworks factory on Wednesday in the southern Indian state of Tamil Nadu, killing at least 33 people and injuring dozens more, some with serious burns, police say. Most of the dead were workers in the factory in the town of Sivakasi, the center of India's firecracker industry, about 540 kilometers southwest of the state capital, Chennai. Moving on to the next news. About 3,000 stick-wielding workers at South Africa's violence-hit Marikana mine have marched to gain support for their wage strike. It is the biggest demonstration at Marikana since police shot at 34 miners last month, sparking outrage. Next news. The US Geological Survey said the 7.6 magnitude quake occurred beneath the Nicoya Peninsula, 140 km west of the capital, San Jose. Costa Rican President Laura Chinchilla said she had no reports or death of any other major damages. The Pacific Tsunami Warning Center has cancelled the tsunami warning it had issued for Costa Rica and its immediate neighbors, Nicaragua and Panama. Next news. Scores killed after Turkey refugee boat sinks. At least 60 people have died when a fishing boat carries migrants sank off the western Turkish coast. Officials have told the Anatolia news agency. Dozens of survivors from Iraq and Syria were able to swim through the Aegean waters to the shore just 50 meters away after the accident on Thursday. The boat was carrying about 100 people, mostly women and children, who had been promised refuge in Europe by smugglers. Now let's see what are the sports news today. Paralympics 2012. Pistorius second quisted for 100-meter final, defending T44 100-meter Paralympic champion Oscar Pistorius qualified with the second quickest time for Thursday's 100-meter final in his first appearance since his surprise defeat in 200-meter. The South African looked focused for the 100-meter, finishing in 11.30 seconds. Great Britain's world record holder Johnny Peacock qualified quickest in 11.08 seconds. Next news. The IPL Deccan Chargers cricket team up for sale. India's cricket board is seeking buyers for the troubled Indian Premier League IPL cricket team Deccan Chargers, according to an advertisement issued by the owners of the team. Bids for the team, which won the championship in 2009, will be accepted and the buyer announced next week. That's all for today. Thank you for watching BBC News.